Time now is 25 minutes on to 9 o'clock in the morning. What a privilege, these great conversations that we have on today. And we are so very much honored because we have the British High Commissioner with us in the studios. And we just want to have this conversation. She's a very jovial person. I must say, welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Nashime Kuba Endahano. I think I've got that right.
Yes, you do. Murakoze Kuza. Listen, when we put out your poster and say that you will be here at the radio, everyone was writing back to me and saying, you are going to like her.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
I told Jesse you like her because I met you because he has never met you. So when I met you, I felt like, okay, she's full of life. She's energetic. I told Jesse, you're gonna like her. Trust me. And you see her.
Okay, I feel I've been really built up now, but I'll do my best.
Let's start from just understanding. Of course, I want to give you a warm invitation and welcome.
Thank you.
To Rwanda. This is from us here at Kigali in the morning. I just want to check in. How did you feel the first time when you dropped into this country?
Well, I really wanted to be the High Commissioner in Rwanda for quite a long time.
Really?
It was a bit of an ambition of mine. Before taking up this job, I was the UK's Special Envoy to the Great Lakes. So I got to visit Rwanda a few times in that role, but only ever for sort of 24 hours maximum. So I was really keen to come back. So I lobbied quite hard to get the job here. So yeah, I'm delighted to finally make it.
And you lobbied at the time when Starmer was actually new, that Prime Minister was.
So actually I got that because we get our jobs so far in advance. I got the job about a year and a half before coming here. So I got the job under the Conservative government when, of course, I thought my job was going to be all about the migration partnership. But by the time I'd arrived, the government had changed and the migration partnership was no more. So, yeah, a bit of a different job to the one I applied for, but just as fun, just as exciting.
Is there anything that really pushed you or motivated you to say, Rwanda is the place I want to be?
Well, to be honest, this sounds... I've travelled a lot in Africa. One of the reasons that I wanted to come here was because the roads are really good and there's no traffic. I'd spent quite a lot of time in Nairobi and Kinshasa, stuck in traffic jams, and I thought, I need to go and live somewhere where you can get around a city in 15 minutes. So, yeah.
And then you got Rwanda.
And then I got Rwanda.
It's changing.
It's changing, but it's still super easy to get around compared to other capitals on the continent.
All right. The UK and Rwanda have a strong historic bilateral relationship. In your view, this morning, we just want to check in. What are your most exciting areas of partnership today? And where do you see room for deeper cooperation?
I think the thing that has struck me since being here, and I've been here for about 8 months now, is just the sort of the vibrancy, the creation, the innovation, the resilience of the young people. I mean, it's really impressive, and a real desire to sort of contribute to their country's development and economic growth, which I'm not sure, to be honest, you'd see in the young population of the UK in the same way. So for me, how we build those people-to-people links is something I'm really excited about. So, for example, we've got this great collaboration that we're just sort of giving birth to between Rwandan fashion designers and the University of Westminster, how we can help Rwandan fashion designers access new markets, that sort of stuff, I think is really exciting here. And there's lots of opportunities to do lots more of it. And then I think the other bit that's really exciting is actually just how many UK investors are interested in coming to Rwanda. So every week we sort of get inquiries from British business who are looking to set up a company here or an outfit or work here. That's really cool.
Do you have an idea what direction these investors would like to take on, the nature of industries?
So I think the interesting thing is they're from across a broad spectrum. So we've had mining companies, we've had agriculture companies. Yesterday, I met someone who wanted to start a British football academy. I mean, there's a whole range of sectors that they want to get involved in.
Great. Juliana,
Okay, so Your Excellency, Rwanda is gaining international attention. Its climate resilience, sustainability efforts. How does the UK intend to support Rwanda's green growth ambition?
I mean, I think the first thing to say is that it's brilliant that Rwanda has a green growth ambition, actually. I mean, I'm really struck by the fact that if you look at the continent of Africa, it emits only 4% of the global emissions and yet suffers more climate consequences than many other continents. And if you look at Rwanda, where you've had the droughts and the heavy rains at the same time, it feels to me that a country who actually wants to focus on green growth, on climate mitigation, is great. And so we're really keen to support that. So we've done some really interesting stuff. You know, the Basigo buses that you see around Kigali, the green buses, they have British investment in them. We're really proud of that. I was in Rusizi about 2 weeks ago to go and look at the site of the new Rusizi 3, the big hydropower plant that will deliver green energy to Burundi, Rwanda and DRC, powering 30 million homes, again with UK investment. So we're really proud to be able to support the sort of green growth initiatives that we're seeing here. Very much want to continue on that trajectory. Rwanda has a bit of a reputation globally for being a bit of a leader on climate change, and I think there's a lot more that we can do to partner with Rwanda.
Let's talk diplomacy, because diplomacy is also about people-to-people connections, right? How does the UK plan to engage the Rwandan youth? I know you've spoken about it.
Yeah.
What you have seen when you compare back home and what you see in the Rwandan youth. But how does your country plan to engage the youth of this country, the civil society, women-led initiatives under your tenure?
So I think we're trying to really focus on the young people, actually, in the work that we do. So we're also doing a big program on sort of promoting sport and inclusion through sport. So I've done quite a bit of work on rugby and cricket, which are very sort of British sports, and we're very proud of them. And my team are encouraging me more to do more on football, which I have to say isn't my favourite sport, but I'm learning to love it.
What's your favourite sport?
Well, I think it has to be rugby, and I think in the UK you either like rugby or you like football.
Either.
It's quite divisive, and I'm on the wrong side of the fence, I think, for lots of my colleagues in the High Commission. But I think that's a great way to encourage inclusion, is through sort of stuff that appeals to the young people. And also we're really keen to encourage more university-to-university links between UK institutions and Rwanda that will speak directly to and benefit young people, and a lot more sort of exchanges of sort of education and ideas. And like I said, I think I probably will get sacked for saying this, but I think the young people of Rwanda are more impressive than the young people of the UK. I'm allowed to say that as a parent to 2 teenagers. So I think there's a lot that British students can learn and be inspired from by their Rwandan counterparts.
No, don't worry, you won't get sacked.
Thanks.
You can't get sacked over that. I just want to know, what is the day-to-day business at your office? Somebody, when they saw us announcing you'd be here, they sent me this message asking me to check on visas.
Okay.
It makes it sound like your office is just about visas, but maybe there's a bigger whole picture of other things that happen in there. Who comes to your office? Are they only looking for visas?
So it's a great question. And in fact, no one comes to my office looking for visas, because actually our visa issuing centre is an outsourced centre and is in another part of Kigali altogether. So no one comes physically to the High Commission looking for visas. So I have a big, amazing team. We're about 70 people altogether in the British High Commission. We have about 25 diplomats who have come from the UK, and then 45 staff who are Rwandan staff employed locally. And we do everything from trade to development to consular affairs to political reporting to managing the estate. I mean, it's a really multifaceted team. It is never boring in the British High Commission, Rwanda. There is always, every new day brings new challenges, new excitement, new opportunities. So yeah, it's quite a dynamic place, actually. You have to come and visit it. Maybe you can broadcast live from the British High Commission one morning.
We would like to do that.
Sounds good.
So what keeps you busy personally?
Personally or professionally?
Personally.
Although I suppose the answer is probably the same, because I've discovered that being a high commissioner is like a 24/7 job, right?
Yes.
You're never off duty. So actually,
So you don't have your free time?
I don't have a lot of free time.
You don't?
No, but then
Even weekends?
well, weekends a bit more. Although there's normally something I have to do at the weekend, but if I can, I like to sleep a lot to recover from the busy week. But like last weekend, I have a friend here at the moment from the UK, so I took her to Akagera, which was amazing. I mean, that's the nice thing about Rwanda as well, is that you can get out of Kigali for the weekend. You don't have to drive for 7 hours. You know what I mean? In a couple of hours, you're somewhere beautiful and different where you can really chill out. So
Great.
So before you got here, I told Jessie that you're going to appear, I'm sure you're going to appear in Echitenge attire.
I know, sorry, I've let you down, haven't I? I'm in black.
No,
for
there's
those
a
who
bit of
can't
it.
But
see
you know
me.
what is
There's a
very
bit of
interesting
it.
is actually have a bit of it there. You collaborated still.
Yes, I've got a nice big Kitenge brooch.
Is this Rwandan made?
I'm afraid it's not. It's from Burundi, because I'm also the ambassador to Burundi. Yes. But no, I love the fabric.
Okay.
I've gone quite crazy on the fabric. There's quite a lot of Kitenge in my house.
Let me just, you loved Rwanda, you lobbied to come to Rwanda, you finally got into Rwanda. Do you like the food?
Oh, look, I paused then, didn't I? I can't quite get my head around a fried banana, I have to confess.
Okay.
But apart from that, I'm enjoying sampling the Rwandan cuisine. Yes.
Interesting.
Is that a diplomatic answer? That's a diplomatic
Very
answer,
diplomatic,
isn't it?
very censored and clear. Yeah, very diplomatic.
And I'm going to learn to love the green banana.
Oh, you should. You should
Yes.
love it, yes. Looking forward, what's your personal hope or legacy as a British High Commissioner to Rwanda? What would success look like for you 2-3 years from now?
Well, I think the first thing to say is that I really hope that I can master this Kinyarwanda language.
You have a book?
I have a lesson. I've got a teacher, Jessie.
Nice.
I have lessons twice a week.
She does speak
Impressive.
Kinyarwanda.
It is the
So far,
hardest language
what are
I've
the
ever
words
learned.
you've learned so far?
Sorry?
What are the words you've learned so far?
I've learned loads of words. I just can't quite put them together in a sentence.
Like good morning.
What I would say.
Okay.
I feel like I'm at school now,
No, you're
being
doing
tested
great.
by my teacher. But the thing that I've learned Arabic, I've learned French, I've learned Swedish. This is by far the most complicated,
Yeah.
and the reason that it's so complicated is because you have all these different classes, and the verb and the adjective. I'm getting very grammatical now. Changes depending on the class. I mean, you think you've learned a verb, and then you haven't. So it's neezer or bezer or, that has blown my mind. So at the end of my time here, I'm going to be doing this interview in Kinyarwanda.
Oh, nice.
That's my first
Looking
ambition.
forward to it.
That my second ambition is what I really want to see is more Rwandan produce on the supermarket shelves in the UK.
In the UK.
So we can already get a bit of Rwandan coffee and tea. And I learned this only the other day that actually Rwanda exports more vegetables to the UK than any other country, which is great. So much more of those on the shelves. More Rwandan avocados in the UK supermarkets, because the avocados you can buy in the UK are really rubbish compared to the ones from Rwanda.
Oh, wow.
I'd like to see more people to connections, more university to university links. And the last thing, I want to see more British tourists coming to Rwanda
Coming
on
to
holiday.
Rwanda. That's very important. They should heed to that Visit Rwanda campaign.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Your Excellency, it's been such an amazing time with you.
Thank you.
I think sold out completely when they said, I would like having you in the studios. That's the experience. How do you feel, Juliana?
I already met her, so I knew how she's so energetic. I knew automatically her energy is going to rub very well on us. And yeah, it's been a very, very nice pleasure to have you here.
Well, thank you very much.
Any parting thoughts now that you have to go?
No, other than to say you've got a really nice radio studio.
Thank
I
you.
haven't spent much time in radio studios, but those I have, this is the nicest I've been in.
Oh,
thank you for making me feel so welcome.
Thank you, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you.